people coming. Security guy. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go.
We're gonna explore this abandoned factory. It's abandoned for the last 40 years. So let's go.
This is our first time exploring a lost place, so it was really scary at first. We entered that huge abandoned place through bushes, which already felt like an adventure.
So now we are inside the lost place and we're gonna explore.
We stepped into the first room and it was like walking into chaos. Broken furniture was everywhere. Tables broken, cupboards smashed, and debris was all over the floor. It was a huge mess, but strangely fascinating.
What are your thoughts?
An old office.
The lost place is located in Germany. In the 130 years of history, the factory employed over 1,000 workers until its closure in 1992. The area has more than 100,000 square feet. There are a little over 20 different buildings, 2 halls, and 1 big chimney.
Yeah, so we think there's a camera in here. So we will not go in this area. It's a really big hall. Yeah, so we will go that way in that case. And there's someone here. So yeah, we probably should.
Security guy.
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, there was a person in here, so we will go the other way. It's probably a security guy. We will see. So yeah, we found the shoe.
Looks fresh.
We then walked the other way and came across another section of the factory. Passing through a door, we spotted something unexpected. The second shoe. It wasn't a match, but it was still fascinating to imagine how it ended up here.
Oh, there's another shoe. I found the second one.
We walked down a narrow hallway, fascinated by the old building. Then we entered another room. Inside, we found a few empty cupboards and a window overlooking the main entrance.
There is the main entry, and there is a camera. So now we're here in this big hall. We will explore it. We'll show you anything interesting.
After escaping from the security guard, we ended up in a completely different section of the factory. A sink was lying on the floor, and lots of mechanical equipment was still there. It was surreal to see that the factory had been abandoned with so much still left behind. We even saw a sign saying that drinking wasn't allowed in the factory, which we found oddly funny. When we looked out the window, we could see a river which was used to generate electricity for the factory. We then noticed a small hole in the wall. At first, we didn't want to go inside, but curiosity got the better of us, so we climbed in. Inside there was a huge motor and a lot of pipes. We didn't know what we were looking at, until we saw a sign indicating it was a filtration system, which was pretty impressive. After getting out of that small hole, we continued exploring and found an old fuse box with outdated electrical equipment, which was fascinating. By that point, we hadn't thought much about encountering other people, but soon we would hear someone and it would give us quite a scare. And then we saw a staircase and debated whether it was safe to go up. Fabio said the stairs were made out of steel and should be stable, so that convinced us to go up. They made a lot of noise, but thankfully they held up. Looking outside, we entered the restrooms. The broken sinks were on the floor. The other sink we saw probably came from here. Moving on, we climbed a small staircase that groaned under our weight, leading to a door that made a lot of noise as we opened it. Shattered windows covered the floor. When we entered another room, we found empty, dusty wooden shelves. We glanced out of another window and could see all the broken windows on the other buildings. The huge chimney was also really impressive, giving us a sense of the scale of the whole area. At that point, we had to be really careful, because we were on the 3rd floor and the floor didn't seem very sturdy and made a lot of noise. Graffiti covered many of the walls, which gave the place a unique atmosphere. The walls shattered glass everywhere, and we even found an old kitchen. It looked like it was probably an employee break room at one point. On our way back down, we found a large hall, where a single old machine still stood. It made us wonder why just that one machine was left behind, and why they hadn't taken everything out. We started to realize that this might have been a textile or fabric factory. We continued down the stairs, stepping outside and heading to other buildings, which were even more impressive than we had seen so far. As we stepped outside the building, the scene was breathtaking and a little dangerous. Massive holes in the ground made every step risky. Falling into one of them? Probably game over. Trees and bushes are grown everywhere, adding to the lost place vibe. I climbed a set of stairs to reach the 2nd floor. Graffiti covered the walls, and from up there you could see straight down to the floor below, which was fascinating. And then I saw a huge hole in the floor. I decided to not come any closer, because it felt really dangerous.
You can see the ceiling is not that strong anymore. There are a few pillars to hold everything together, but it's really impressive.
Moving on, we spotted a window leading to another room, filled with trash, papers, binders, complete chaos. Inside it got even crazier. Old calendars, phone books, and even a toy gun. I opened a calendar, but the pages were blank. It's wild to think about why everything was just left here. What happened to this factory? We walked through the trash. The floor was full of papers and broken furniture. Digging through papers and books, we found a clue. A calendar dated 2015, the year the factory closed. We wandered further, into the depth of this abandoned site, passing walls covered in stunning graffiti that told stories of past visitors. Each turn felt like stepping into another time, another memory left behind. Eventually, we found ourselves in a massive hall. The atmosphere changed. It was quiet, too quiet.
We don't think there is anyone here at this place, but we're not sure. Yeah.
We walked outside the hall. Everywhere were bushes and trees. Graffiti on the wall. It had the vibes of a lost place. As we filmed some B-roll to capture the mood of the place, there was a loud noise.
We heard something.
We had to be really quiet. It was such an intense moment. We showed each other to be as quiet as possible, and Fabio thought he heard someone the other way. We looked, but there was no one inside. We waited a moment and decided to walk around the corner to see who was there.
So yeah, we heard something. And yeah, we have to be really quiet. I guess we will go outside. So we've decided to go outside. There was someone else in here. And we saw some cameras who had seen us. So yeah, we decided to go outside and leave the place. Quickly. There are people coming.
seen us. They have seen us.
We hid in an old barn and waited for the people to pass by. We waited a few moments and decided our next step.
We have decided to go the riskier exit, and when we came there we saw someone over there, but yeah, we will see. What are your thoughts?
It's kind of creepy, but kind of cool.
What is your opinion about it?
A little bit scary, but thrilling.
There was someone.
After Fabio climbed the building and threw something at me, we made our way to a small lake. The view was mysterious, and Fabio tested the water, but it was nothing unexpected. Then we entered the room, which was completely underwater. We saw some plants, and we took one for a memory for ourselves.
So yeah, there are cameras inside.
Today was really crazy. We saw 2 security guys in there. We saw loads of old stuff and loads of old fabric.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And now let's get out of here.